In this video, we're going to look at factorizing quadratic trinomials. So a trinomial has three terms, obviously tri. So we're going to do them all the same way. There's multiple methods to do these. Now, this is the introductory way. When you get good at these, you'll be able to skip some of these stages. But for now, we're going to look at the coefficient in front of x. In the first question is 1 and the second question is 2. We're going to take that coefficient of x and we're going to multiply it by this last number over here. 1 by 6 in this case is equal to 6. Then what we're going to do is we're going to write out the factors of this number that we've just produced. So the factors of 6, there's never too many. 24 in the second question is going to have the most factors that we'll see, which is 4 pairs. 6 just has 2 pairs of factors, 1 by 6 and 2 by 3. And what we do is we look at this middle term now, and then we look back down at our factors. Now, how can I get plus 5x with these numbers? Well, I can actually say 6x minus x would give me 5x, or 3x plus 2x would give me x. Now we look at our signs. They're both plus, so we don't want any minus signs in this sum. So what we do is we write our expression out again, x squared, and we take these two numbers here, 2 and 3, and we say plus 2x plus 3x. And you can see that's going to give me plus 5x, and we keep our plus 6 there at the end. So what we've created is similar to Algebra 3. We've created a 4-term factorization question. So the key to maths is to do things consistent, do them the same way, practice skills over and over again till it becomes like language that you speak, like learning vocab in French or Spanish. So now we're doing our 4-term factorization again, x by x plus 2. If you haven't looked at Algebra 3, to get good at these, you need to look at Algebra 3. And then we know the second bracket's going to be the same from Algebra 3. And this number here, plus 3, should work for us. It does give us 3x plus 6. It does. So we have an x and a plus 3, both by x plus 2. So we have factorized a quadratic trinomial. Don't get confused by the language. Using what's called the guide method. Many other methods can be used. Your teachers could use box methods. They could just go straight to 2 brackets. I'm going to teach it this way. As we go along in algebra, we're going to jump into maybe some of the quicker methods as we get better at these questions. Let's look at the second sum. 2 by 12. As I said, let's keep consistent. 2 by 12 equals 24. When I'm writing out the factors, now I have this number in the back of my mind, 10. The factors, because they're both plus signs, have to add up to 10. Now I know it's not 1 by 24. I know it's not 2 by 12. Oh, 12 take away 2 would give me 10. 3 doesn't go into 24, does it? Of course it does. It goes in 8 times. 3 and 8 is not going to give me 10. Now I'm up to 4. 4 by 6. And when the factors get really close together, when there's no other, the only number between 4 and 6 is 5, we've literally taken in all the numbers from 1 to 24. So we don't need to go up to 5, 6, 7, 8, because we're just going backwards then. So now I can see that 4, this is going to be my number to use. 4 by 6, or 4 plus 6 gives me 10. So write out the expression again, 2x squared plus 4x plus 6x plus 12. Again, 4-term factorization, we can see actually that there's a 2x common here, which would leave x plus 2. Is that second bracket going to be x plus 2? It better sure damn well is. What number goes in front? Plus 6. 2x plus 6, both by x plus 2. So, factorizing quadratic trinomials. Practice the next few questions. Write them into your copies. Pause the video. See can you get them all right. Now, write these 4 sums into your copybooks. Let's change number 4 to number 3 because we can't count. Practice the questions. Pause the video. See do you get them right. Now, there are 4 types of factorization questions that can be asked if we think about the signs. First one, 2 pluses. They're both going to be pluses inside the bracket. The second one, if we can identify these, it does help us. A minus in the middle and a plus at the end means 2 minus signs. And we'll see why in a minute. If we have a minus here and a minus here, it means that 1 is going to be a plus and 1 is going to be a minus. And if we have a plus here and a minus here, 1 is going to be a plus and 1 is going to be a minus. So I've given you a selection of all 4, one of each. all the coefficients of x are 1. And we looked in the next part of the lesson at when the coefficient of x, like in the second example, would be 2, 3, 4, or 5. So let's look at the solutions to these. 1 by 24. Now you should be seeing already, you should be thinking about this number 10. We know, we can see already it's going to be 6 by 4. So if you can see that straight away, you can write out x squared plus 6x plus 4x. And it doesn't matter the order these two numbers go in, plus 24. So we're going to get x by x plus 6. We want an x plus 6. We have to get that. Does this number work? It should work. Plus 4 gives 4x plus 24. So we end up with an x plus 4, and we're multiplying both of them by x plus 6. Second one, factors of 3. Well, all of these prime numbers, and these come up a lot in factorization tests. When we have a prime number, there's only one set of factors. So it makes the sum a lot easier for us. Now, as I said, we can see here, when we have this knowledge of two minus signs, we can write out x squared minus 3x, because the only way to get the minus 4 is to say minus 3x. I'll put the 1 in front of the x just for now. Plus 3. Let's factorize x by x minus 3. We want an x minus 3 in that second bracket. Now, does this sign work, this minus 1? Magically, it works again. So we have both an x and a minus 1 by x minus 3. So some questions, you could be given this to multiply out, like we had in Algebra 1, or you could be given this and we could have to get this. So let's look at this one. The factors of 7, again, you guys all know at this stage, 7 is prime. Now we want to get to minus 6. So that's going to be minus 7x plus 1x. So bring down your minus 7 and your x squared. Do your 4-term factorization, which you're all brilliant at now. X minus 7. What goes in the second bracket? You're all shouting x minus 7. Does the plus 1 work? It does. So we both have an x and a plus 1 by x minus 7. You're getting brilliant at them. Is 13 prime? It's prime. It's unlucky for some. X squared. We want a plus 12x this time. So I should have mentioned a plus and a minus, a plus and a minus. So we want a plus 12x. So it has to be plus 13x minus x minus 13. So we get x by x plus 13. X plus 13 in the second bracket. What sign is here? Or what number is here, should I say? Minus 1. That works for us. X minus 1 by x plus 13. So 4 questions when the coefficient of x squared is 1. And an example of each of the questions. Please try to identify before you start these questions what the signs are, how the signs in the bracket will look. It makes your life so much easier when you're practicing these questions. Now, we're on to the coefficient of x squared is a number. We have a 2, a 5, a 7, and a 2, and 95% of the time, the coefficient of x squared, when it's not 1, will be a prime number. As you can see in this case, they all are. Okay, let's just do little brackets with signs. You know they're both pluses. Okay, remember this one? Minus and a plus has to be 2 minuses, because a minus by a minus will give me a plus number at the end. And the other 2 versions are a plus and a minus. It doesn't matter the order. They both have to be plus and minus to give me what we see. Okay, what are we doing? We're multiplying our 2 by 2. 2 by 2 is 4. Can you see how we're going to get the 5x? It can't be 2 and 2. It has to be 4 and 1. So we're going to get 2x squared plus 4x plus 1x plus 2, which is going to give me 2x by x plus 2. You're going to get annoyed or just really good at seeing what's happening here. This x plus 2 has to be the same as the first bracket, and the plus 1 is appearing again. So what do we have multiplied by x plus 2? We have both a 2x and a plus 1. You guys are flying along with these. 5 by 2 is 10. So what are my factors of 10? Let's think about it. I want to get to 7. Actually, I can get to 7. They're both minus signs, which means that we're actually adding the numbers to get to 7. Minus 5, minus 2 is minus 7. We're adding them. So 5x squared minus 5x minus 2x plus 2. What have we got here? 5x by x minus 1, you all say. Put your x minus 1 in your second bracket. Does this number work for me in front of it? Minus 2 by x is minus 2x, and minus 2 by minus 1 is plus 2. Final line, 5x minus 2 multiplied by x minus 1. Does the order of the brackets matter? No. 7 by 6 is equal to 6 by 7. So the order of the brackets is not going to matter. Okay, what do we have here? 7 by 2 is 14. Now you're seeing already, we got to get to 13. So it's not going to be 7. The factors of 14 that we're going to use are going to be 14 by 1 and not 7 by 2. So we're going to need 7y squared in this case. 7y squared. We want to get to minus 13y. So we're going to have a minus 14y and a plus 1y and a minus 2. Factorize the first two. 7y by y minus 2. What's in that second bracket? Y minus 2. What number is here? Plus 1. So 7y plus 1, both multiplied by y minus 2. Now, 2 by 5 is the numbers in this case. 2 by 5 is 10. Factors of 10 that are going to give me 3 with a takeaway sign and a plus sign, so it's a takeaway sum. Has to be 5 by 2, which definitely going to give me a 3. Yeah, so we're going to use these two numbers. So how do I write it out? 2x squared. It's going to be plus 5x minus 2x. Plus 5x minus 2x minus 5. Now, I can see here, the order normally isn't important, but in this case, if I rewrite this, if I bring the two 2's together, it just makes it a little bit easier to factorize. So 2x by x minus 1. You're all shouting at me, put x minus 1 in that second bracket and put what in front of it? Plus 5. 2x plus 5 by x minus 1. Now, they're easy. You've all seen them done. You've practiced loads of them. So let's test yourself. Pause the video, try the 8 questions, and then check the solutions. So here we go. 5 by 8 is 40. I'm looking at this middle number. I'm identifying it's a plus and a minus. So it's going to be a takeaway sum. So factors of 40, that will give me 6. I'm seeing straight away 10 by 4. You might need to write all the factors out, but if you can see it straight away, put them down. So 5x squared minus 10x plus 4x is going to give me this minus 6x minus 8. So we end up with 5x by x minus 2. What's in that second bracket? Does this work? This plus 4. Plus 4 by minus 2 is minus 8. Brilliant. 5x plus 4 by x minus 2. Now, what have we got here? We have a 3x and a 10. Or 3x squared and 10. So 3 by 10 is 30. I want to get 11. Can you see the numbers? Multiply to give 30. And in this case, what are we going to have signs wise? 2 minuses. So it's an addition sum. So 6 and 5 is 11. So we get 3x squared plus 6x. Oh, not plus 6x, you all say. What is it? Minus 6x minus 5x plus 10. So 3x by x minus 2. X minus 2 in the second bracket. Does this number work for me? It surely does. 3x minus 5, both multiplied by x minus 2. Hopefully you've gotten the first two correct. 7 by 2 is 14. We're identifying both plus signs. So we want a 9 out of the factors of 14. 14 by 1 and 7 by 2. So it has to be 7 by 2. We can see that. It's going to be 7 by 2. So 7x squared plus 7x plus 2x plus 2 is going to give me 7x by x plus 1. What's in that second bracket? What number goes in front? 7x plus 2 by x plus 1. Hopefully you'll be brilliant at these questions by the time you finish. Now, one of the simpler ones with the coefficient of 1. 1 by 7, prime number. Now, I'll just show you a real quick way just to do this. Now, we're going to look at this in the future. If it's a prime number, it has to be a 7 by a 1. And if it's a 1x squared, it has to be an x by an x. And if we can identify the signs, this is the method we're going to use in the next few lessons, just to jump into the questions really quick. But keep to the guide method if that's what you want to do. 33 at the end, 14 in the middle, and a 1 here. So 1 by 33 is 33, obviously. So the factors of 33 are just 33 by 1 and 11 by 3. So it's definitely 11 by 3. So x squared plus 11x plus 3x plus 33 is going to give me x by x plus 11. What's in that second bracket? Why do I keep saying it? Because repetition is the key to getting good at maths. Do the same questions over and over again, and you become brilliant at them. X plus 3, both multiplied by x plus 11. Okay, over here. What have we got? 10 by 6 is 60. And we want to make a 19. Okay, not as obvious this one. So let's write the factors of 60. It's not 1 by 60. 2 by 30. No, it's definitely not 2 by 30. What else have we got for 60? 3 by 20. 4 by 15, you all say. And you all say, that's it, that's it, that's it. We can see 4 and 15 is going to give me 19. The signs here, both minuses. So I'm going to get 10x squared. I'm going to put the 15 first because it goes with the 10. You all say it's not a minus. Stop making the same mistake. Embrace your mistakes because it will make you better. Minus 15x minus 4x plus 6. So we get, what's the highest common factor there? 5x by x minus 3. Be careful with the sign. What's in that second bracket? You all shout at me, x minus 3. This doesn't look right. What have I done wrong? And you can all see that it should be 2x minus 3. So I'm talking too much. So maybe stay quiet while you're doing these. 2x minus 3. Does 2x minus 3 go in here? Does this number work? No, this time it doesn't. 2 by 2 is 4, and we need a minus. So 5x minus 2 by 2x minus 3. Okay, 2 left. 8 by 15, okay, huge factor here. 8 by 15 is, you all shout at me as you're tapping into your calculators, 120. So the factors of 120 that are going to give me 26. Well, it's not 1 by 120 or 2 by 60 or 3 by 40 or 4 by 30. Oh, 4 by 30, 4 and 30. That's definitely what we're going to use. So we want 8x squared minus 30x plus 4x. That's definitely going to give me minus 26x minus 15. Okay, what's common? I think I'll bring the 8 and the 4. I should have brought the 8 together with the 4. That would work better for me. So we're going to go 4x by 2x plus 1. 2x plus 1 in that second bracket. And if this doesn't work for you, try and go back and identify your mistake. That's the key. So what do we want? We want 30x. Okay, so I'm going to have a 15 to give me 30, and it's minus. And you can see that also gives a minus 15 by plus 1. So both 4x and minus 15 are being multiplied by 2x plus 1. And last but not least, 3 and a 10. 3 by 10 is 30. What do we want in the middle? We want a 1x. Can you see that it's going to be a 6 by a 5? So we want, it's going to be the higher, if this number is plus, it's always the bigger number, that's the plus. So it's going to be 3x squared plus 6x minus 5x to give 1x or plus 1x minus 10. 3x by x plus 2. What's in that second bracket? You all say it has to be x plus 2. Does the minus 5 work for us this time? It does. Minus 5 by plus 2 is minus 10. 3x minus 5 by x plus 2. You guys have perfected factorizing quadratic trinomials. Practice, practice, practice.